everyone, this is Jim Donuts. He's only named Jim Donuts because one of my Splatoon matches I played against a guy named Jim Donuts, and I thought it was funny. So my amiibo is now named Jim Donuts. Anyway, Jim Donuts is here to tell you that in this video, I continually refer to KITE-MOSS, the proper name, as Kite-Wing, partly because it seemed like a pun on Nightwing, and also I had watched Titans earlier in the day on HBO, so I had Nightwing on the brain. And so just be aware that throughout this video, when I say Kite-Wing, I mean KITE-MOSS is the name of this figure. And other than that, enjoy the video. Jim Donuts out. All right, here is the video review for BeastBOX BB-50 Kite-Wing. It is a moth that turns into a box, as all BeastBOX do. We also have Bullet. I want to thank BeastBOX 52 Toys for sending these along. Got a couple other ones. Got Sigma and Zephyr. They're all coming. We'll be doing these. They're probably not even going to be released in this order. You're seeing this. Everybody else is in the box. But by the time we actually get to Kite-Wing, we'll probably get... we'll probably have already seen the others. But, actually, maybe not Bullet. But anyway, how y'all doing? Yeah, showed up today. Gonna check them out. Now, the Kite-Wing and Bullet are the same base mold. Kite-Wing is very clearly a moth. Bullet is more butterfly-ish. Could also be a moth because of the similar things, but I think the joke there is that it's supposed to be a bullet with butterfly wings, if you get that reference. But anyway, here's Kite-Wing. And again, standard box charger thing, nice stack. I got a whole... They really go together. Like when you start plugging them all together, you can do them sideways, as we've seen. You can stack them. So I've got a nice little wall of BeastBOX cubes. And when they're in this way, you can still... Sometimes it takes a little doing to get in there. But you can still pop these open in their storage and pull these guys out. Well, now they're not... It's just being ornery with me today. But even when they're all connected together, you can still access the ones you want without having to pull everything apart, which is nice. But yeah, door opens, box slides out. Sometimes they'll come with a little plastic card that you're supposed to, like, I guess, fold in half so they pop out more when you open them. But I found that those don't last very long. Like, one, the pushing power is not amazing, although they do help kind of get them out. But once they sit back there folded up for too long, they just kind of stay folded. But anyway, box charger, as standard. We'll set that off to the side here. Also comes with a little stand clip, which we'll show off later. This comes inside, packaged inside the storage box in the packaging. But yeah, you see green cube, green with some blue highlights. Some really neat stuff. It's simplistic. It's not a super difficult transformation, but there's some really neat stuff going on in the whole thing. We can just kind of split these open here. Yeah, they tab in. These tab in here, and then these two tabs. Like you can see, there's a tab over here that pegs into this side when you fold it up, and then these two tabs up here fold into. Will peg into the side there. But yeah, open that up. Bring these panels down. And fold these panels flat, and you can kind of see the core of the bug there. Go ahead and you can fold the tail bit down and around, snap it into place, legs open. The antenna are on ball joints, and these are hard plastic antenna. On Bullet, these are soft rubbery plastic, longer antenna. But okay, we propose those around, ball joint, red eyes. But then the wings themselves, this is where it gets cool, because they, one, extend out here, and you can actually bring that hinge down a little bit to bring them up like that, but you've got a nice range of motion there in the wings this way. Hinges here, dual hinges here. Actually, no, wait, is that not a hinge there? I guess it's not a hinge there. It's just a single hinge here. It looks like it could be a double hinge, but it's not. These panels all flap. There's little panels here that flip out like this. For more extension, these panels here also extend out, and they do click. That one already clicked, but they do actually click and kind of latch into place out here. Then these panels slide over, extend out like that, extend out like that. This panel lifts up, this kind of sits over that, and then there's another inner piece here that flips out on the tip of the wing. So flip that out, flip that out. And you can leave it down like that, you can flip it out like that. And there, you can see, is the fully extended moth. Is there something else? Oh yeah, there's little pieces right here. So yeah, and then the wings, like I said, are on these hinges. You can rotate them up like that. You can push these back up. That's how they collapse for transformation. But however you want, you can angle them. You can have them straight out to the sides. You fold these back as it flies. Bring the antenna forward. The head turns. Can lift up. Really wide wingspan. It's probably a good 6.5, 7-inch wingspan here. On the thing. Like I said, it comes with that stand, and earlier the stand looked like it says to clip it up here or move the legs. Like I wasn't sure if it was supposed to, I guess you can kind of clip it like that, but it doesn't really latch into place around the legs. A lot of the pictures I saw had this folded up and had this clipped in kind of up around here like this, but even that doesn't seem to really want to. I haven't found a way to get this to hold solidly around any of these mechanisms here. I guess maybe you could do it like that. That's probably the most solid. We'll see. Even then, he falls right out. The instructions say have these legs highlighted and then slide this up, and you kind of can like that, but then you don't. It's harder to get it attached to the to a stand. Although I guess you could. I do have very briefly. It's an old Kamen Rider stand, but it's got both a peg hole here and a peg. So whether you have a stand that has a peg adapter on the end of it or a peg hole adapter on the end of it, you should be able to attach this to it. You can either plug it in or attach it here. In this case, we'll go like this. Now let's see if we can't get him. You can see right here the issue is that doing it this way, the legs get in the way. But and here the weight is gonna. The stand is not designed. This is a little loose on this peg. This is mostly for example. This is not the proper stand for this moth, just FYI. But I just want to show off how that stand would work. You can see you can use your standard action figure stand. I think BeastBOX even sells some of their own stands for some of their figures, which would probably be the ideal choice. I don't have any of those. But just to give you an idea of how that's supposed to work. Again, let me find the instructions here because it says tips. It's 3mm peg hole, peg port, and peg hole. But you can see it's got the legs here are highlighted in red with this facing this direction going up around those legs, which you can do. It does slot up around the legs. But once you get up here, I don't know if you then have to get this to hold it in place. So that doesn't seem... It fits. It will securely go from a straight up and down perspective. It will hold it, but you can see the wibbly wobbliness there. And in any other position, it kind of just wants to tilt right out of the stand. A lot of the pictures I found on the internet show this piece folded forward and this piece connected back here somehow. But even then, I can't figure out how to get it to hold any more securely than what you've already seen. So maybe there's a secret I'm missing. I'll go looking. And if I find a tip, I'll post it on Twitter or here. But I just have not yet been able to figure out how to get the stand to work. That said, though, it's a neat little moth. Really cool, expansive wings. And honestly, not a difficult transformation. There's not a whole lot of colliding bits or twisty-turny bits. It's pretty easy to get from one mode to the other. Like both him and Bullet, when I got them, didn't even have to look at the instructions to turn them into a cube. Just went and they were done. And then even going back to moth mode, I looked at the instructions just to see if there was anything I missed, but they're fairly simplistic and easy enough, very intuitive transformations. So there is BeastBOX 50 Kite Wing, and we'll look at Bullet and Sigma and Zephyr. Zephyr's cool. Actually, they're all cool, but I really like Zephyr. You'll see why. But there's Kite Wing.